I'm back! Hello, fellow humans, and welcome to Computer Science for Humans. I'm sure all of you probably know all about how AI is stealing jobs left and right, and it's going to take over, and we probably have a Terminator situation on hand. At least that's what everybody says. I don't believe that for a second. I think AI is vastly overrated, to be honest. However, it is very useful. And one of the best ways that you can avoid AI taking your job is actually to learn how to use AI efficiently and kind of use it as a power tool in the same way that a carpenter would use a power saw instead of a handsaw. I'll probably have a whole video on using AI and how to interact with it as a programmer. Actually, I'll probably have several videos on that as I'm thinking about it. There's a lot to talk about in the AI space right now. But the main thing I want you to understand as AI is getting bigger and bigger is that you don't have to become obsolete. AI still needs people to operate it. I'm not saying managers won't make stupid decisions and replace people because they think an AI can do that person's job. People are gonna be people. You know what I mean? It's like a good friend of mine says, people are going to do what they want to do. It's gonna happen. Anyway, that's a discussion for another video. For now, I wanna focus on using AI, getting familiar with it, seeing what tools are out there and how they work. Today, we're going to specifically be using Cursor, which I have dabbled with slightly, by which I mean I spent one afternoon playing with it and made a little app out of it to help me with some project I was doing on the side. It was just for fun. And I really enjoyed using it. It was a lot of fun, very interesting. Today we are going to see if we can test its limits, see if we can break it a little bit or get it to the point where it's actually not able to do everything. But we're gonna see what we can do. And specifically, we are going to be making just a little game. I'm gonna see if it can make a JavaScript game. Partially, one reason I'm doing gaming is because, or game design, game development, is because a lot of game developers are scared that there's going to be no place for them in the new AI governed world, that AI is going to make all the games and stuff. And I really don't believe that's true at all. I think if anything, it's going to make making games easier, which has already kind of been happening over the past 10 years anyway. I don't see that as a bad thing. Feel free to argue with me in the comments. I would love to know what you think about AI, what you think about how it's affecting or going to affect the gaming industry, the software engineering industry, interactions with managers. Not all managers are bad, by the way. There are some great ones. It's just the bad ones are rather frustrating. So without further ado, I think let's jump in and see if we can make a game. We're gonna make Asteroids, that old arcade game where you're the little ship shooting at asteroids. We're gonna start there and see how far Cursor gets. I don't know how it's going to do drawing shapes on the screen. It might do great, might do terrible. Then we're gonna see if we can slowly ramp up the complexity until we reach a point where the AI just can't even. At least that's my plan. We'll see how far we get or how far it gets. I don't know. Also, if you're enjoying this, want to see more stuff like it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Really helps the channel and also helps you see more of the stuff you actually want to see. Also, I try to read and respond to every single comment if I can. So as long as you're being a reasonable human being, I will do my best to respond to you. Okie dokie, so this is Cursor. If you haven't used it, it's basically Visual Studio Code with ChatGPT built into it. It's not technically ChatGPT unless that might be the default setting. I know you can set it up to use any of the various generative AIs that you could have an API key for. I also know, and this could be interesting or maybe not, we'll see, but I also know there is a limit to how much you can do for free. So we'll see if I hit the if I hit the paywall and bounce off. And if so, we'll see how far we've gotten. But yeah, I don't want to pay for it. I'm cheap. Okay, let's see if we can just give it this really simple prompt and kind of just give it leeway and see what happens. So far, it's looking smart. It at least knows the things it needs to do. So, I don't know if y'all saw this. I'll probably zoom in on it. It said it'll be a lot of code, but that's okay. Definitely takes time. Okay, so it looks like it's finished. Open index.html. Let's see if it works, y'all. Okay. Arrow keys. Wow. Okay. Holy cow, it did it, you guys. I'm impressed. Okay, wow. That's crazy. That's crazy to me that that worked. That is actually crazy, you guys. Okay, cool. Well, that's exciting. Now let's see if we can push it, because it obviously had no trouble with that. Also, feel free to comment on whether or not the way I talk to AI is efficient. It's not. It's not. This is just how my brain works. Instead of a spaceship, the player is a nerd holding a stack of books, and instead of asteroids, they are football players, linemen specifically. And then instead of shooting bullets, the player throws footballs. And the whole thing should be cartoony looking. Okay, I'm doing this because I hope that, or I expect rather, that the reason it could do asteroids is because there's a gajillion examples of people doing that online. And so that's such a popular, famous game, especially for learning programming and stuff, that I would expect it to be easy for it to figure that out. I'm hoping this will push it a little more, and we'll see maybe if we can test some of the limits. Planning next moves. I do like that you get to see its thought process a bit. Particles and sound effects? Oh, okay. I'm gonna put my headphones on then. I gotta say, it's impressing me so far. I was expecting it to be good, don't get me wrong, but this is, I don't know, I wasn't expecting it to be this good. We'll see though, we'll see how the implementation is. Okay, it's reviewing the changes. Oh, that's how many tokens I have left. Oh, okay, that's not bad. I haven't bought any, so those are just what it comes with. Nerd versus lineman, okay. Wow, that's actually kind of crazy. It's still shooting bullets, and they're breaking into little ones. That's kind of funny. Oh man, that's actually crazy. It's done a surprisingly good job, and he does kind of look like he's holding books. Okay. Wow. I have just decided to take this more seriously. It's actually solid. This is really good. So you know what we're gonna do? We are going to we're gonna phone a friend. Give me a super wacky. Is that how you spell wacky? I don't actually. It doesn't look like a word. Give me a super wacky idea for a video game. It has to be single player because I don't want to bother trying to figure out if the multiplayer works. And should be super thematic and interesting. You are the last chef in a collapsing multiverse. Each world is crumbling into linguistic chaos. Their languages are blending, twisting, and becoming incomprehensible. Your task, cook cosmic soups that stabilize reality. Okay, that is interesting. Each ingredient is tied to a word, and combining them in different pots changes the structure of the universe's language. Travel through surreal, dreamlike biomes where objects speak their names aloud, but the words glitch and morph as the world destabilizes. I love this because since I asked it to be wacky, it's like, this is nonsense. This is complete nonsense. Okay, you gather bizarre ingredients. There's some cool stuff here though. Liquid syntax and whisper mushrooms and combine them. The order you stir, the vessel you use, and even the background music change the meaning of the final dish. Every soup. Why would the background music change the meaning? Can you choose the background music? Every soup alters the language rules of the universe. You solve puzzles by reshaping communication itself. Weird, colorful, and slightly unsettling. Think Kamatari Damacy meets Disco Elysium. That is a combination. I'll try to put clips of the two on the screen here because wow. communication is meaning. Okay. We're just gonna copy this and paste it into Cursor and see what it does. Okay. I told it to start over and do that. I'm so curious. All right, I'm thinking we need to completely start over. That is what I told you to do. This is gonna be interesting. I'm super curious. Need elevator music going though. As a side note, I put my headphones on. I did not see, or I did not hear any sounds when I played the game a minute ago. I forgot to mention that. This is a great example of why I think AI is a power tool. I think there's a lot of similarity in AI, the development of AI relative to programming, and the development of various power tools in relation to carpentry and woodworking. If you're new, I could see using Cursor. Vibe coding, I don't think is a good idea if you actually want to be a good programmer that people need. Vibe coding is just not going to be the way to go. However, if you are a skilled programmer and you haven't been using things like Cursor, I would highly recommend you at least check it out and get familiar with it, because the amount of amplification it can give you is crazy. So I've been coding for around 10-ish years, I think a little more than that, but it's making a website from scratch is tedious. I think anyone who's done that can agree. You may like it, you may enjoy it, but there's a lot of little finicky stuff you have to set up. And if you're actually truly doing it from scratch, then you have a bunch of libraries you have to manage and stuff. The thing that I think AI is super, super good at is getting all the boring stuff out of the way for you and letting you get to the interesting stuff that doesn't make you want to defenestrate yourself. So I do think every programmer should at least know how things like Cursor work, because there's a lot of money being pumped into this area of research. It's going to be staying around for a little while, if for no other reason than that people have poured billions of dollars into it and don't want those billions of dollars to just go away. But also, it's super useful. I'm really curious to see what this game ends up being. Let me know down below if there are any AI tools you want to see me play around with and try to figure out. I play around a bit with Cursor. I use ChatGPT all the time, although usually that's more just for ideation kind of stuff to help me come up with ideas and get out of my own head. But yeah, let me know what you think about AI and coding together. Also, let me know if you happen to like vibe coding and think it's amazing. That'd be an interesting take, and I'd love to hear someone argue for that, because right now everybody's just like, oh, vibe coding is the worst thing ever. To me, it's just the baseline. If you want to make some stuff with code, but you don't want to put the effort in to learn how, vibe coding is the way to go. You're just super limited with vibe coding though. I think that's really the big thing, and a lot of people don't necessarily realize that. By just vibe coding, you really are limiting yourself. But if you are an experienced developer and you understand coding pretty well, vibe coding can be a great way to get past certain hurdles that you have. Oh, it's updating the README. I don't need the README. That's okay. Okay, guys, let's see. Is it done? I'm gonna see how the game is. You guys, what am I looking at? This is actually really neat. I'm enjoying. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to look up the algorithm for how it's doing that. I can't tell what's happening. Whatever that, I need to look up how it's moving those particles. Okay. WAS, this move and rotate. Space is speak a syllable. Collect 3 ingredients to cook. Press space to begin. Okay. Oh, goodness. Okay. Oh, it's still kind of asteroids. What? What is this? Do I stand on it to pick it up? Is that how that works? I forgot. Inventory. Punctuation stone. Hold on. What were the rules? Hold on. Move and rotate. Space is speak a syllable. Collect 3 ingredients to cook. Oh, okay, okay. So I need 3 ingredients. What's an archivist? This is very intriguing, you guys. I just realized I don't have the top left corner in there. Let me fix that. So there is a rule and an inventory. What is archivist? What? E to communicate with archivist. They tilt their head, meaning slips away. This is amazing, dude. Okay. Picked up an echo herb. Whatever that is. Punctuation stone. But there's nothing there. I don't know what shooting is for. I'm loving these syllables here. Okay. Dude, this is so interesting. Maybe if I collect 3 ingredients and then I cook, maybe it the movement speed is so slow, dude. Okay. Whisper mushroom. So I've got echoes, whispers. What's this other one? Liquid syntax. I don't know what these letters just like popping up are either. Seems super random. Liquid syntax. Cauldron. Oh, that's the cauldron. Okay. 1 to 3, add item. H is heat, M is music. What? 1, 2, 3. So H and J changes the heat. I don't hear any music. Waltz, glitch, drone. We'll do a drone. H. 3 heat. Let's do it. Enter. Language shift. Emoji pigeon. Wow, dude, that's crazy. That is crazy. Okay. Wow. I gotta say, you guys, I am amazed. I was not expecting it to be that interesting. I really want to try to push this. So let's see if we can make it 3D. Actually, you know what? Let's just leave it at that. I kind of want to see where it goes with this. Let's see what happens. I'm because 2D is one thing. If it can do 3D, I'm going to be baffled if it can do that. Baffled is the wrong word. Excited, maybe. And if this works, I think we're going to change it so that it renders in ASCII. That sounds really fun to me. This is crazy, you guys. This is why you need to play around with this if you haven't. It's a lot of fun. And the use cases in a business scenario are probably a lot. The main concern I have using this for business is it's making a lot of code. And because there's no humans looking at it at all, no one would know where it might hallucinate and do something weird. So I don't fully trust it, but then again, humans make mistakes all the time too, you know? So it's just which kind of mistake do you want? And this is actually surprisingly good. Draw nerd. Oh, it's still got all the other. It didn't start over. It's still drawing nerds and linemen. That's good to know. See, the interesting thing to me about AI, I feel like most people see this and how amazing it is at making, in this case, games. And they think, oh no, game developers are going to go out of business, or insert whatever you do here, developers are going to go out of business because of this. And I just don't think it's true. And again, I'm not talking right now about whether managers will think that's how it works and then get rid of developers that they actually need because they think an AI can do it for them. We might go through a phase, probably already are, where managers are going to be doing that a lot, and then AI starts making really bad code, and so there's a lot more horrible code out there. And I suspect some businesses are going to pay a very hefty price for replacing their employees with AI that's just not as good. But I think ignoring that, I think AI is amazing. And I've probably said this before, but I think AI is amazing for amplifying skills that are already there. This takes care of all the little things that are annoying. Like, I don't have to type this div ID equals UI, div class equals row. I don't have to type all that. It's generated, and then I can edit it, but I don't have to type it from scratch. And that's so nice. And then it's also nice just not having to start with a blank page. You can have this make the page not blank for you anymore. There's just so many benefits of it. Okay, you guys, you ready for this? This is made by, oh, it's capturing the cursor now. Look at that. Okay, it looks like I pressed escape to show my cursor. WAS does move, mouse and arrow, or the arrows are look. Interesting. Space to speak a syllable, collect the ingredients and brew. Okay, let's see. Oh my goodness. What am I looking at? Heavens to Bessie. I think we might have see to approach the cauldron. Sure. Aha. Oh, it's off center. We broke it, you guys. We did it. It can't handle first person very well. 1 to 3. H, J. Enter. The pot is empty. Yeah. Wow. I cannot make heads or tails of what I'm looking at right now. We're just gonna go. I feel anxiety because I'm like, I've gotten lost. Oh, I'm at the edge. This is crazy psychedelic right now. So I don't think this works. And this is one reason I think AI is not going to be replacing humans fully anytime soon. Let's see if we can make it so there's visual clarity. Let's see what happens now. See, it's interesting because it's not like it has access, I would assume, to 3D models or anything like that. So I'm really curious to see what it's going to do. One of two things is about to happen. It's either about to get a lot better or a lot worse. And I don't know which, and I'm very curious. Also, let me know if you want to see a video on just kind of talking about how generative AI works. It's very interesting, and there are videos if you want to go really deep. I'll put in the description some videos that talk about that from 3 Blue 1 Brown. He does lots of math stuff, and he has a whole series on how generative AI works. It's really good. It's very hard. A lot of it is hard material to comprehend. Very, very complicated stuff. But it's really interesting. Okay, here we go. You guys, this is the frame rate. But it has tiling textures. That's crazy. Boy, it's not efficient though. Okay, we're gonna just exit this before my computer dies. Wow. Okay, so I think we found a limitation there. Okay, let's take the same prompt and make the game in C++. I just realized I need to ask it to compile it for me because I don't have C installed on my computer. At least if I do, why is it so having so much trouble? It just threw everything in main. That's hilarious. I don't think it knows how to compile it or how to find out how to compile it. Okay, I don't want it to use up all my credits on this, so I'm going to stop it. We're just going to call that a failure and we're going to move on. Let's see if it can make something in Rust. The reason I'm doing Original Doom is because I've heard it's like relatively simple as far as game development goes. If people can make it in just terminal and stuff, so I'm thinking it might be easy. I'm probably wrong. That's hilarious. I don't know if y'all saw that, but it's like that might cause copyright issues. Oh man, that's funny that that's built in there. That is one thing that I find slightly annoying, but I understand, but it's slightly annoying to me about generative AI, the way that it's done right now, is they are so scared of being sued, understandably, that they have to build in a bunch of safeguards so that at least they have plausible deniability for any crimes somebody commits using their structure, their framework. And so you get things where it's like not going to make Doom itself necessarily. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's scared of copyright stuff. A little irritating, it didn't ask me. For all it knows, I have the copyright to that, you know what I mean? But it's just assuming that I don't. Cargo's not recognized. What? I have it installed. I went through this. I have a video to prove it. What? Did I delete it? I wonder if I deleted it. Hold on just one moment. It's building. We have an error, friends. Unused import key repeat. We've got unnecessary parentheses around match arm expression. Match arm expression? What's that? And no method named set target FPS found for struct window in the current scope. So what we're going to do, because we are very much vibe coding today, is we are going to vibe code this. Fix it, buddy. Boyo. Oh, did it work this time? But there's no game? It's just a white screen. If it's still blank, try rotating with left or right or moving with WAS to confirm the walls are empty. Still just a white screen, even if I press the buttons. Here you have it, proof that game developers are not obsolete yet. Not even close. Ha! Okay. So we are going to start over now. We're going to go back to two-dimensional games because now give me a wacky reskin / re-theme of Dwarf Fortress. But it has to at least make some sense. Ant farm apocalypse, let's go. Of mutant ants. Okay, let's see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't forget that the Dwarf Fortress is 2D. If you don't know what Dwarf Fortress is, it's pretty much Factorio, or what's that other one? There's Factorio, it's one of those factory maker games, except instead of like robots and stuff, you have dwarfs and they survive on alcohol. And if they get too sad, they have a psychotic break and go on a murderous rampage. It's hilarious, but it's a very steep learning curve. Are we in JavaScript again? We're in JavaScript again. I didn't actually tell it what language to do, but that works for me. JavaScript's easy to run. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Why is it also, what? Why is it both games at once? What in the world? Is it playing all of the games all at once? Well, I think it's time to do a new project. Give me just a moment. Hopefully this time, it will not try to make every game I've mentioned so far all at once. I still can't believe it did that. This is why I tell people, anyone who thinks that programmers are going away anytime soon just hasn't used AI enough. Ooh, it's using Python. Interesting. Hey, there we go. Wow. Okay. Look at this. 60 frames per second. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Space is pause. F, R, and M. What's this? G is seed forage. I don't know what's happening. What is happening? Okay, so this looks vaguely like it's trying to do the thing. Nothing's happening though. Well, I think this has been enough for one day. I hope that if nothing else, this video has made you a little bit more comfortable in your ability to not be replaced by AI anytime soon. It's got things it can do really, really well, but when it can't do something, boy, can it not do something. AI is definitely best for either simple things that are tedious or very well documented things that many people have done. And so anything with creativity or exploring new horizons, AI is kind of just garbage at, to be honest. Even the ChatGPT prompts I got were bizarre and did not make much sense to begin with. So anyway, I hope that comforts you a little bit, and I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. I've really enjoyed having you. I look forward to more videos as well. AI, man, AI. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and until next time, I will see you later. You might also enjoy these videos. They're around here somewhere. YouTube certainly thinks you will, so maybe give them a try. And regardless, I hope you have a great rest of your day. And until next time, I will see you later. Should have stopped at nerd versus football players.